For this section, what we'll talk about is clean UI widget. So you want to create an application that look good at the end also, right? So this is what we'll do. We will merge them with the layout widgets and we will create something that look good at the end. Let's start by creating a new file called the welcome page.dart. Okay, this page, first we will import the material, and then this page, the goal will be to have a button, click login or register and go to the home page, the widget 3. All right, we will do this by creating a stateless widget first, which we will call welcome page. And inside we will put a scaffold widget. All right, let's save this. And now let's go inside the main.dart. And what we'll do inside this, we will remove the widget 3 and put the welcome page. So now when we start the application, let's restart everything. When we start the application and we restart, you will see only a welcome page. The goal is to be able to navigate through this to go inside the widget 3. So let's go inside the welcome page first. And what we'll do inside is we will create a body. So the body will have a column, and inside the column we will have children. Great. Inside this one, we will use the widget I want to show you in this video, which is called the clip or rect. This widget will allow you to create rounded borders for any widget. So in this case, we will use the child, and inside we will put the image we had previously. So the image asset, and inside we will say it was assets/image/background.jpg. So you need to put the path of your image, this one, asset, image, background.jpg. Okay, and now let's save, it's right there. We will put the column as the main axis alignment.center. So it goes in the center. And now I want to show you the clip or rect widget. So you will say border radius, and you will say border radius.circular, then you will say 20.0 and save. Now you see how the borders goes rounded, and this look pretty good. So that's good. And after this, we will wrap the column, refactor, wrap with a widget, and it will be a padding because we want to create like maybe 20 padding and it look a little bit better. This is where we will put like the login information. We'll just like write login and we'll have the button login and register, stuff like that. All right. So this was how to use the clip or rect widget. Before we finish this video, I just want to add another button right under. So we will use a filled button. This will use an empty function, and the child will be a text saying, I don't know, login, like this. I will put all the commas, save. And now the only thing we need to do is to add a navigator. So I will go first inside the main.dart in order to remove the unused path, okay? And next, we will go inside the widget 3 to copy the navigator.push. So let's copy all of this, Control C, and now we can close all the tabs and just use, so I will say save, and now we will just use the welcome page, okay? Inside this one, we will paste the navigator.push, and we will change this for push replacement. All right, and inside we will return the widget 3, like this. So now let's restart the application entirely and click login. You see that you go inside the widget 3 where you have your entire application. There is no way for you to log out right now, but we will do this later. So let's refresh, and this is what we will keep working on to make it look clean as a welcome page. That's about it. See you in the next one. Bye. Okay, so the next widget I want to show you is called the hero widget. And for this, we will need to create another file inside the widgets, and we'll call this the hero widget. Okay, like this, .dart. After this, you need the import m, so import material, and then we will create a stateless widget, which will be called hero widget. So this is what you will need. Next, what we can do is we will replace the container with this entire image with the rounded corners. So we can go back inside the welcome page. We can cut this clip or rect like this. We cut this, and we call instead the hero widget. Okay? You can go back inside the hero widget, and we will return the clip or rect. So let's save. Nothing should change right now, but we can wrap this clip or rect with the hero widget. So let's say refactor and wrap with a widget. We will use the hero. One thing you need to put inside the hero is a tag. You need to tag this with a unique value. So we will just say, for this example, the hero 1, all right? But you need to use always a different value for each hero widget. The next thing you can do is we will plug this hero widget first inside this welcome page, but also inside the home page. So let's replace the center with a column, or first a padding. The padding will be agentsets.all, and it will be 20.0. And then we put a child. The child will be a column. And then in the column, you will put children, so the widget, and the widget will be the hero widget that we just created. All right, so this was a lot of things, but this overall is what you should have, so you can pause the video if you want. What does the hero widget do? You can see that the hero widget is inside this page, but also inside the home page. Have you seen the transition? So the hero widget will always create some sort of transition for the image or for the widget that is inside, which look pretty cool. So what we could do is we could create inside the profile page. Let's go inside and replace this for a padding again with the agentsets.all 20.0, and then put a child column, and then children. That will have a widget inside, and the widget will be a list tile, and the list tile will have a title. The text will be log out. So now we will have at least a log out button. And then what you can put is the untap, put an empty function, and this will log out. In order to log out, we can go inside the welcome page. We can copy this navigator, this thing. I will copy this, and I will put it inside the profile page, inside the list tile, like this. Now the only thing you need to do is replace the widget 3 with the welcome page. And now if you restart the application, you will see that when you click login, it creates some sort of transition between the image. And when you click log out, then you go back. That's it. So this was, so yeah, it's not really visible like that. So maybe it would be better another button, but you get the point, right? When we do the log out, we should do something else. We should also change the value of the notifier. So this notifier selected page index, we should put it back to 0. So we'll say selected notifier dot value, notifier dot value is equal to 0. So we restart this. So let's restart the application. When we click login, we click profile, we click log out, and then when we click login, you will see the little animation. So that's about it. This is the hero widget. Pretty cool stuff. See you in the next one. Bye. Another widget I want to show you is the snack bar widget. This one is pretty cool, so we need to talk about it. First thing first, what we'll do is we'll go inside the welcome page or inside the hero widget, and I want to change it because it doesn't look like with the theming of our application. So let's change the color of the image for colors the teal. And after this, we will need to change also the blend mode. So the color blend mode dot, and you can use maybe blend mode dot modulate. This one is pretty cool. Or we could use darken. Darken, I think, will make more sense for our application. So you just see how it looks better like this. And after this, another thing we can do is we could change maybe the title inside or whatever, but we will do this later. Okay? So another thing I want to do is to use this widget, which is called the snack bar. So for the snack bar, we will go inside maybe the settings page. and we will use one button to trigger the snack bar. So if we go inside settings, you see that we have multiple buttons. We will use this one, the first one. Click me, okay? So I will replace this for open snack bar, and we will save. Oh, you see how it's this button instead? So I will instead use it inside the elevated button. I will cut this elevated button. I will put it at the top before the drop down button. And now we can play with it. I will remove the style and I will say this is called open snack bar. Okay, so this is our button. Now let's make it work. I will say show snack bar, as simple as that. So is it show snack bar? I hope. No, show scaffold dot. Oh yeah, it's scaffold messenger. So scaffold messenger dot of context dot show snack bar. This is it. All right. So you need to remember this little thing. It's scaffold messenger dot of context. So you get the context of the current scaffold, and then you will display something on the screen. And the display is the snack bar. So you need to create a widget snack bar like this, and the content will be, I think, just a simple widget. So yeah, you can say text and say snack bar. Okay. After this, you need to put your semicolon and your commas like this, and you can save. Great. So now when you press snack bar, you see we have a snack bar coming from the bottom that will stay there for like 2 seconds. You can change the duration if you want. You can say duration, and you say duration and maybe seconds, 5 seconds. All right. So when you click on it, you have the snack bar. But another thing that is pretty cool is the position of the snack bar. I think it's behavior, but I'm not sure. So we'll try this one. Behavior, I would say snack bar behavior. And I would say dot floating. It is exactly that. So let's click on it. Now you see how it is a floating box, and it just looked better. So this was how to create a snack bar with Flutter. That's about it, and I see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, so the snack bar is pretty cool, but another thing that you could be using with Flutter will be an alert dialog. So I will show you how to do this also. We'll copy paste the elevated button, and we will call this instead the open dialog. All right. So it's pretty much the same concept, but instead of using the scaffold messenger of context first, you can right off the bat use the show dialog. All right. And inside you will put a builder. So you will press Control space and you will say context return, and you can just put an alert dialog or about dialog. They are pretty much all the same. So we will just use an about dialog for now. And it is like that. So let's click on it. You see how we open this. So you see that the about dialog will automatically give you all the licenses of your app. So this can be interesting if you need this. Otherwise, we will use the alert dialog. The alert dialog will allow you to customize it more like you want. So if I click on open dialog, you see that nothing appears right now. This is because we need to put some stuff. So first we need to put the content, which for now will just be a text widget saying alert content. And then we need to put also maybe a title, which will be another text saying alert title. And finally, if we try it, you see that we have the alert title and the alert content. But we want to be able to close this thing. So you can create a button, and this will be inside the actions. Or is it inside actions? Let's find out. It is inside the, it is action. Or I think it is inside the content action. Yeah, exactly. It's inside the alert dialog. Sorry, I was at the wrong place. So inside the action, you will say, for example, close button or fill button. And you will say, filled button. And inside, you will put an empty function. And after this, the child will be a simple text saying close, right? But you can put any other buttons if you prefer. So this is just that. And inside, in order to close the navigator, in order to close the dialog, you need to use the navigator because this is kind of another page over it, all right? So you use the navigator.pop. As simple as that. And now, if you click on Open Dialog, you have the alert dialog with the content and you can close it. So this is pretty cool. That's about it, and I see you in the next one. Bye. Another widget we need to talk about is called the divider widget. So between these two elevated buttons, I will create one called the divider. All right, like this, and let's save. So you see this is a little line that separates the two widgets. You can also change the color, colors.teal, and also you can change the thickness. The thickness, let's put 5.0. You can also change the end indent. So this is the space at the end that you will have without the divider. So by example, I put 200.0, let's save. You see that this is 200 space that is not used for the divider. All right, so this is how to use the divider. You can also use a vertical divider. So I will create a container. I will define a height of 50.0, and then I will use a child and put a vertical divider inside, and then I will save. So you can see that we have another divider, but this one is vertical. It can be used for, by example, inside a row if you want to separate two items. So that's about it. What we'll do is we'll delete the vertical divider, and you can keep just this one with maybe a value of 2 for the thickness, so it's not that disturbing inside this page. All right, so that's it, and in the next video, we will talk about the card widget. So now let's talk about one of my favorite widgets called the card widget. It's like a container, but you already have some sort of rounded corners, and I will show you how it looks like. So first thing first, we will go inside the home page. So right there, we can close everything else. So I will say close all, and I will return inside the home page. And what we'll do is, first thing first, we'll create a padding widget, and inside we'll put an edge set dot symmetric, and the symmetry will be only vertical. So it will be only vertical, the padding. I will put all the commas and save. Okay, inside this padding, we can put a child argument and use a card widget. In this card widget, we will use a single child again, and we would put another padding. And the padding will be again sets.all for this case, and we will put maybe 20.0. I will put again all the commas and save. Okay, so you see that this is our little card, but there is nothing inside. So inside the padding, I will say child, and I will write a text. The text will be, by example, basic layout. This is the first module of this course. All right, so we have this. The next thing we want to do is we want to add more things inside. So we will need to put a column instead. So for the child, I will right click and I will say refactor and wrap with a container, a column. Where it is, column. Right. And we need to do the same thing, but right under. And this will be, by example, the description of this. All right. The last thing we'll need to do is to put some sort of width double.infinity. So can we do it inside the card? No, we can't. So what we'll need to do is we will wrap the card. We'll say refactor, or maybe we can even use the padding, replace this for a container, because the container also have the padding, but the container have the width argument. So we can say double.infinity, and now it's save. So this is our card widget. You can see that it started to look kind of beautiful. So that is why I use a card widget. Next, we will need to put everything on the left side. So we will go inside the column, maybe inside this one, and we will say the main axis or cross-axis alignment dot start. And now we have our text to the side. But there is another thing we need to change, and it's the style of the text. And we will do this in the next video. So that's about it. See you in the next one. Bye. So the next widget I want to show you is the text widget. Let's play with this one and change how it looks. So first thing first, we'll go inside the text and we will use the style argument. This one will take a text style, and inside the text style, you can put a colors.teal. So this will change the color of the text like this. Next, you can put the font size, and you can change the size. Let's put 18 and save. We can also change the font weight. So font weight.bold like this. But also you can put maybe normal if you prefer, or W129. So this is very thin and this is very bold. All right? But we will use the bold one instead, and that's it. You could also change many other arguments, for example, spacing later, and it could be 10.0, but it's up to you. Okay, so let's keep it simple. Let's save. And now what we need to do is we need to put this inside a data, but we will do another file, and we'll say constants.dart. Because it could be interesting to have always the style of this saved at one place so we can reuse it everywhere inside the application. All right, so I will cut this text style. And then what we will do is we will go inside the file constant. So I'll cut this, we go inside constant, and we create a class. Let's create a class called kTextStyle. And this class kTextStyle, we'll open the bracket. Inside, what we'll do is we'll say static const, and then we will put text style. How do we call this one? We will call this the normal blue or normal teal text, or even title teal text is equal to the text field. And we need to create another one, but this one will just be maybe description text. Description text. For the description, we will remove the color, we will remove the bold, and we'll keep only 16 as the font size. Okay, so we have two types, the title teal text and the description text. And inside this, we will change this for the kTextStyle dot title teal text, and the other one we will do the description text. Okay, so this is what we have done. We have used the text widget. Inside, we have used the text style widget in order to change it. And then we have saved everything inside a constant class, so we can reuse this anywhere inside our application, so our application look the same everywhere. So that's about it, and I see you in the next one. Bye.